Fucking dope, bro. A lot of people have been telling me to go ahead and try the sour apple. Where it's been like a week, 2 weeks and shit that I haven't uploaded a video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that shit on this hoe, bro. The whole reason I want to try this one, bro, is because this hoe's a hybrid. When it comes out like this, bro, don't even trip out. That means it's just an updated version on these hoes. Oh. Bro, it's been like 2 weeks that I haven't hit a cake. It does have the little apple taste to it. You can definitely tell it's cake that has the cake taste to it. It's really like apple taste. It tastes like apple, bro. Shit is good.
Look, homie's gonna have to wait there a long time to charge his car.
I think you could pay like $20 or something, and it boosts up the charger. Bro, these hoes are fire as fuck. If you get a little sticker like that, no need to worry, bro. This one still hits good.
It's my love for my grandmother made me jump so when I care for you.
I'm just watching Planet Race Face right now. Breakfast. I noticed, bro, just don't hit it too hard. And just hit like some small blinkers and shit. Cause if you hit it too hard, bro, it's like too much smoke. You start coughing. Just chill and enjoy this hoe.
No idea.
And this hoe right here is like a smooth head high, bro. It's like the head high is just staying on my head right now, and it's just making me chill type shit. You know, it's not like my mind ain't rushing. It's mostly like on your face and on your head type shit. You know, the taste is actually really good. It should taste like a real green apple type shit. That shit is amazing, bro. This is called sour apple.
But you talk on the phone. That was your weakness. You talk on the phone. You got everything fucked up.
You got caught on a phone call.
This flavor is actually a good flavor, bro. It's a little bit different because, you know, all the cakes, it's like a sweet vanilla caramel taste.
With the federal government,
Not this one.
influenced me as well. And he was looking out for me, you know, a few bucks, and you know, I'm gonna learn all your secrets. I'm gonna start depending on me. You know, he didn't offer me a job.
What happened with that?
Good morning, folks, and it is a good morning. Moments ago, standing together with her wife Sherelle in the Oval Office, I spoke with Brittney Griner. She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances, Brittney will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along. She wrote to me back in July. She didn't ask for special treatment, even though we've been working on a release from the day one. She requested a simple quote, "Please don't forget about me and the other American detainees. Please do all you can to bring us home." We never forgot about Brittney. We've not forgotten about Paul Whelan, who's been unjustly detained in Russia for years. This was not a choice of which American to bring home. We brought home Trevor Reed when we had a chance early this year. Sadly, for totally illegitimate reasons, Russia is treating Paul's case differently than Brittney's. And while we have not yet succeeded in securing Paul's release, we are not giving up.
Today my family is whole, but as you all are aware, there's so many other families who are not whole. And so BG's not here to say this, but I will gladly speak on her behalf and say that BG and I will remain committed to the work of getting every American home, including Paul, whose family is in our hearts today. As we celebrate BG being home, we do understand that there are still people out here who are enduring what I endured the last 9 months of missing tremendously their loved ones. So thank you everybody for your support. And today is just a happy day for me and my family. So I'm gonna smile right now. Thank you.
But we need to take a blanket for that shit. Shout out to her, bro. Shout out to the president. That shit is so crazy, bro. Hold on. Man, bro. Pretty soon I'll tell y'all a crazy ass story, fam. Let's get these videos popping, my nigga, for real, for real. But this flavor right here is actually really good. I ain't even gonna lie. Shout out California. Bro, that girl, she got arrested for a fucking pen. She went to Russia to go play, right? But they arrested her for this shit. Look at the news and shit.
Former Baylor and WNBA basketball star and Texas native Brittney Griner apparently remains in custody in Russia. Custom agents arrested her at a Moscow airport. This was back in February, we now know. They say they found vapes and liquid cannabis or hash oil in Griner's carry-on luggage. You can see that video there. Actually, she plays for the Phoenix Mercury in the U.S., but spends her offseason playing for a Russian women's basketball team.
As soon as she was part of that system and became a person of interest, I realized that it would be very difficult to get her acquitted or out of the Russian criminal justice system.
We have not heard any comment or statement from Ms. Griner or any representatives, agents, or what have you regarding any of this at this point. However, the U.S. State Department says it is ready to provide all the help it can, and the WNBA issuing a statement calling for the 31-year-old to be safely returned to the U.S.
It's just so crazy, bro, that they were treating her really bad. And, bro, I really read some shit that, like, she disappeared into the camps.
Yes, and all of this unfolding within the last hour. As we know, Griner is from Houston. She's a graduate of Nimitz High School. It was about 6 months ago when she was arrested in Russia. And today, the judge convicting her on the drug possession and smuggling charges. Now, the maximum sentence in this case was 10 years. Now, the prosecution this morning asking for 9.5 years, but ultimately the judge decided today in sentencing that it will be 9 years, sentencing Griner to 9 years in Russian prison. Now, she does have 10 days to appeal this, and in its ruling today, the court said that Griner committed the crime, quote, deliberately, despite the defendant having said that it was an honest mistake. Now, ahead of the verdict this morning, Griner stood behind bars inside of the courtroom asking for leniency, offering an apology to friends and family members, saying that she had no intent to break Russian law.
I want to also apologize to my parents, my siblings, Phoenix Mercury organization back at home, the amazing women of the WNBA, and my amazing spouse back at home.
Now, this verdict comes about 6 months after the WNBA star was arrested at a Moscow airport. Griner pleaded guilty to the drug charges last month. She also said she had no intent to break Russian law by bringing vape cartridges containing cannabis oil when she flew to Moscow in February. Now, Griner had previously testified that she has a doctor's prescription for medical cannabis as treatment for pain, but cannabis is illegal in Russia for both medicinal and recreational purposes. Now, again, in the courtroom today, she reiterated she had no intent to break the law, and a representative from the U.S. Embassy just responded to this verdict.
This is a miscarriage of justice. The U.S. Department of State has determined that Ms. Griner was wrongfully detained. Nothing in today's decision changes that determination.
So many questions now leading to what happens next, and likely will be continued discussion over potential prisoner swaps between the U.S. and Moscow. Russian officials had previously said that a prisoner swap would only happen after the judicial process is completed. So again, continued discussions going on right now, but we did find out today Brittney Griner convicted and sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison. Reporting live, I'm Brittney Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.
That shit is just fucking crazy, bro. For a pin, she was gonna be gone for years, bro. That's so weird. I was destined to blow, yeah. That's in the blow. I just let out the smoke right there, bro. This shit tastes a lot like some apples, bro. Like green apples, bro. Like if you just ate a green apple. I love Wingstop, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and upload the video right now, bro. Shout out to this female that just got out.
But Brittney Griner, seen here without her signature dreadlocks in the prisoner swap with Victor Bout, a Russian arms dealer dubbed the Merchant of Death, looks to be healthy and happy to finally be on our way home.
Is that an equal swap?
It's not an equal swap, but I don't think Brittney Griner is complaining.
Basketball star was imprisoned in Russia on drug charges for cannabis oil. She was traded for a Russian arms dealer.
But President Biden says Griner should be back in the United States within 24 hours, allowing her family and her fans to all breathe a sigh of relief. Now, I spoke with an expert today about the swap and the other American, Paul Whelan, who continues to sit behind bars in a Russian prison.
Only 1% of criminal defendants ever get acquitted in the Russian criminal justice system.
Pomeran says no one can know for sure what effect Brittney Griner's 9-month Russian imprisonment will have.
They are notoriously horrible. There's hazing, there's torture, there's just not a place that one wants to be in.
Paul Whelan, a former Marine working in Russia, was detained on espionage charges in 2018. His family has been fighting for his release ever since.
It was believed that there would be a 2-for-2 swap, that 2 Russians would be sent back to the Russian Federation and 2 Americans, Brittney Griner and Paul Whelan, would be exchanged for those 2 Russians. And unless and until there is an appropriate Russian who we can swap with him, unfortunately, he will just stay in Russian prison.
So how did a basketball star equate to an equal exchange for an arms dealer?
Partially because it was such a high-profile case, and partially because Brittney Griner's family has been so insistent in getting her out that they were able to do this deal. I fear that Paul Whelan's greatest hope of getting out of Russian prison was to be a part of the Brittney Griner exchange, and that simply has not been the case.
Is there anyone that could serve as a swap for Paul Whelan?
Not immediately, and obviously we will have to see who emerges, who could be considered for a swap for Paul Whelan.
I noticed that it got clogged, bro, but you just unclog this hoe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share button, all that shit, bro. All the YouTube shit, for real. Right now, we're generating 125,000 people every 30 days, bro. Let's increase that shit to 200,000 people, bro. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit that hoe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so every time I upload, you can go ahead and be the first person to watch this shit, bro. Really soon, I'm gonna go ahead and start selling shirts, $20 shirts, bro. Y'all just pay for like the shipping and shit, $20 shirts, bro. Everybody that wants a shirt, comment down below and shit.